We have created this login form in the previous episode. In today's episode 8, we are going to discuss how to store the data into the sessions. Now, what exactly are the sessions? So, for example, if you are a user, okay, you logged into this website. For example, this is a Codezify website, or this is a Amazon website, or this is a Facebook website. You logged into this website, and after logging in you will be redirected to the home page, right, where you see all the posts, all the images, all the videos, all the reels, right. After login you see all the details of your profile, right, and all the friends who are connected with you. After spending some time to this app, you turn off the app and go to your normal routine. After 3 hours or after 6 hours, whenever you open this app again, these apps, Facebook or any other app, do not ask you to enter the login information again, right? That information is stored somewhere. Where this login information gets stored, this information is stored into these sessions. So, how to store the session data in Angular, we are going to discuss that stuff in this episode. And after that, we are going to create one admin form, and using that we will store the course details into the Firebase database. How to achieve that will be the main agenda of this episode. So let's begin with the first topic, which is sessions, and then we will go to how to store the data into the Firestore and Firebase, right? So let's start the practical session. Whenever we log in here, after selecting the account here, like for example this web app has redirected us to this screen dashboard, and that all stuff is written inside this auth service, right? We have created this service in our previous episode. So whenever user clicks on the Google sign in, a pop-up is getting displayed, right? That pop-up contains all your login information. Here inside this result we have result.user.display name, right? This display name will be your Gmail profile name. After that, if you want to get the mobile number, you can use the phone number property. So this will give you the phone number. If you want to get the email, these are the primary methods given by the Firebase, so you can use that. For getting the email, you can use this email property. Now we have to store all these details into the sessions. So for that, let's create one JSON data. In that we will store the name, which we will get through this phone number, which we will get through this, and we want email as well, so that whenever user logs in again, we do not want the user to enter again and again. So that will be a bad experience, right? User experience will be bad there. That's what we have to save. JSON data. Now you can use the local storage dot set item. So local storage will be the local storage that will be stored into your browser locally. So here we will set the item as data JSON.stringify use JSON data. This is how you can store the data locally. This JSON data here contains this information that will be stored into this field. Now how to get this field? Now to get the details, because we want to show the detail here, right? We have to show the detail here, like his name, or we have to display some message like welcome and the username, right? So for that purpose, inside the dashboard screen, to get the local storage, we have to parse the JSON, right? JSON.parse. Using this method you can get the local storage. Local storage.get item, and the name of the field is data, which we have stored here inside the auth service, using this. So we have set the item, all the data, name and email, and inside this we will get the data, get item. Okay, now what we have to do is, after successful login inside the dashboard, we have to display welcome and the name of the user, right? To get that name, all you have to do is get data dot name. So here, for example, if I log in here, if I click here, select my account, so this is the display name here, automatically that name will be associated here, right? So what is this name? This name I have declared here as a string, which is an empty string, okay, and we have used that here. To get the email here, all you have to do is data dot email, and let's print the alert here so that we know what is the email which we have selected. So this is the email ID which we have saved into the session, right? Whenever I go to this URL now, I don't want user to use this button again and again and register in our database repeatedly. So whenever user type this URL, I want him to be redirected if he is logged in once, right? So for that, inside this method ngOnInit, you have to get the item, okay? If data is present here, that means user is already logged in. So here we will redirect the user to this dashboard, and this is a router which we have to declare here. We will declare private router as router inside the constructor. So if I double click here, there will be one bulb here, and that import will be added automatically inside my header. So if user is logged in here, so the user will be redirected to the dashboard screen. Now if I type login here, all the details are stored into our browser. So if I log in here, you can notice we are getting redirected to this dashboard. If you want to see the change, if I type login and go to this login, we will be redirected to this admin login screen. So this is the power of using the sessions, right? And for example, if user directly comes here and types dashboard, so if the user is not logged in, we have to redirect him to the login page. For that purpose, all you have to do is you have to check if user is really logged in. If data is present, then it's okay. If data is present, then it's fine. But if data is not present, then redirect him to the login screen. We have to declare the router inside the constructor, which will be our private router, and if I double click, it will import this, right? Now user is logged in. What we will do is we will create one sign out button so that we can add the sign out functionality as well. I have created one sign out button. If I go to the dashboard, here I have created this sign out button here, right? Whenever user clicks here, he will be sign out from the dashboard, right? So for that purpose, we have to create one sign out method. All you have to do is go to the auth service where we have written our login code. Here you have to use this Firebase method. This Firebase method you can get from the documentation as well. Here, as you can see, this is a pre-default method which will sign out the user from the Firebase database, right? So that's what we are going to use in our code. To resolve this error auth, all you have to do is use this const method auth get auth, and to add this method get auth and this sign out, you have to import this here as well inside the Firebase auth, right? These are the two things which you have to do: sign out and get auth method inside this import method, and you can use this code to sign out the user. One more thing we have to do is this will sign out the user from the Firebase, but we have to also clear our local database which we have created, that is with the help of sessions, right? So that's also we have to clear, because all the things are handled with the local storage, right? That you need to make sure you will clear this. After successful sign out, we have to redirect the user to the login page again, right? So if I go to the login page here, the user is not logged in here, right? Now when I click sign in, Codesify, here we can see welcome Codezify creations. Now if I sign out from here, so if I click here, nothing is happening. Why? Because we have written this sign out method inside this auth service. We have to implement that as well. So go to HTML file here. With the help of click event here, you can use auth service dot sign out, the name of the method, inside which service we have written auth service. So we have to create its instance here as well. So go to construct in TS file, inside constructor you can create the auth service here. So inside import, that is automatically added here, right? Auth service dot sign out method. So this will call the sign out method of auth service after clicking this button. Now we have to handle some details here. If first let's see, if I click here sign out, the user will be redirected to the login screen. Now when I log in here, user will be redirected to the dashboard screen. That's all stuff is working fine. Now if I go to the login page again, the user is already logged in, right? So user must be redirected to the dashboard automatically. So that is also happening. If I go to the dashboard, if I sign out from this and go to the dashboard screen now, so user is not logged in now, right? Even if user is not logged in, we are able to see the dashboard screen. So this is not a good thing for because without user signed in, we are showing him all the details, right? So for that purpose we have to handle that stuff here. So inside this we have got the data, right? Get item using data. We have to check here whether user details are available or not. If data dot name and data dot email is not present, if data dot name and data dot email is not present, we have to redirect him to the login page, right? Because user is not logged in, so he has to log in first, else we can store these details. That's all you have to do. Now even if I go to dashboard screen, user is not logged in right now, dashboard, so he is redirected to the login page. Now after successful login, we are here. Now if I sign out this and go to the dashboard page, he is getting redirected to the login page first, right? So that's how you can handle the sessions in Angular.